change of heart. After a nearly 4-hour meeting, Plymouth says yes to a Twin Cities megachurch building proposal in a 4-2 vote. Eagle Brook Church has proposed a 64,000 square foot campus on one of the last pieces of undeveloped land in northwest Plymouth. After its proposal was rejected in December, the church threatened legal action. The potential for litigation didn't sit well with neighbors at Tuesday night's city council meeting.
I have been fortunate to know many good neighbors in my lifetime, and I have yet to see a good neighbor try to sue their way into my neighborhood. Actions speak louder than words.
I ask you, council, to stand up to this bully and deny this application once and for all.
With a lawsuit pending in the background, the city council was torn on what to do. A final vote to reject the project failed on a 3-3 vote. Councilmember Jim Willis, who was for denial, felt the proposal didn't meet affordable housing goals stated in the city's comprehensive plan. But according to 2 council members, including the mayor, who voted for the project, the church met all the city's land use and zoning guidelines for the 53-acre site.
By state statute, we cannot vote against that. We just can't.
The council heavily discussed traffic issues throughout the meeting. In the end, the city council included a second access point off Chancada Trail, something city staff had not recommended. That led to one last vote and an audience outburst.
Washi.
Yes, and that item passes.
Nothing changed from December 12th. Come on, you. Right. That's embarrassing. That is embarrassing.
The church promised to make concessions, including improving the appearance of the back of the building, which would face many neighbors. The Plymouth site would be Eagle Brook's 12th permanent location in Minnesota. In other news, a 2-alarm fire in Brooklyn Park damaged a home and left 1 person injured. The Brooklyn Park Fire Department responded to a house fire near Girard Avenue and Meadowood Drive at about 3 o'clock Tuesday afternoon. They found flames coming out of the windows and the back of the house. Brooklyn Park firefighters called for assistance from neighboring departments and got the fire under control in about an hour. 1 person in the house was treated for smoke inhalation. The Red Cross also provided assistance to the family. A teenager in a stolen car led Robbinsdale police on a chase early Wednesday morning. It ended when he crashed into a house in Brooklyn Park. Robbinsdale police say they suspected a driver was intoxicated after he passed 2 vehicles on the shoulder of County Road 81. Police attempted a traffic stop, but the driver fled. They gave chase and tried stopping the car using a pit maneuver and stop sticks. The chase led to Brooklyn Park, where the suspect lost control of the vehicle. He crashed into a home near 74th Way and West River Road. The driver ran from the scene, but was arrested with the help of a canine unit. Police say the driver was a 15-year-old boy from Minneapolis. He was booked into the Juvenile Detention Center on felony charges. The Robbinsdale School Board elected a former mayor of Crystal as its new chair this week.
New leadership is needed to shift the board into action. We seem lately to be sort of floundering and stuck.
Renee Bauman was elected chair on Monday. She was mayor of Crystal from 2005 to 2012. Bauman replaces board member Helen Bassett as chair. Meanwhile, the board is working with a mediator to improve relationships between members. They're also looking to hire a new superintendent to replace David Engstrom, who left in September. A longtime employee with the Maple Grove Parks and Recreation Department died over the holidays after a long battle with an illness. As Delane Cleveland reports, during Tanya Huntley's 24 years with the city, she made a significant impact on the community.
Every winter at Maple Grove Central Park, staff members prepare a croquis curl rink. It's a sport that mixes curling with the board game crokinole.
It's a free activity. We're just offering an extra activity to the community in hopes to get some people outside in the winter and staying active and being healthy.
Tanya Huntley was front and center to help explain the Canadian game when it debuted 2 years ago, which is fitting since she's the one that brought it to Maple Grove.
She sold us on it, and it required a team effort, but it was her initiative and her creativity that brought it here.
Maple Grove Parks and Recreation Director Chuck Stifter worked with Huntley for 23 years.
Just a very special employee.
A special employee who succumbed to a long illness at the the age of 51 on Christmas Eve. In the Park and Recreation office, dozens of photos are on display that showcase Huntley's personality and her many contributions to the city during her 24-year career, serving most recently as the special event coordinator.
She was just very good at sort of managing chaos. We kind of called her the chaos coordinator in the office, and assembling people and getting them on the right path to move forward to run an event or whatnot.
Events were her specialty. Huntley had a role in nearly every major city festival and activity.
I think what I remember the most is her love and passion for her job in the community.
Phil Leith is a longtime member of the Maple Grove Lions and worked directly with Huntley on a number of events.
She wanted to make sure every detail for every event was perfect, and the event came off as best it could be for everybody to experience it.
15 points for the red circle.
Every city needs opportunities for recreation and events for people to enjoy. And colleagues say that helping deliver those services is where Huntley shined the most.
And we were lucky to have her. She was wonderful.
In Maple Grove, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
A celebration of life was held this past weekend in Coon Rapids. Huntley is survived by 2 children. It's been a frustrating winter for ice castles, but the attraction that's expected to draw tens of thousands of people to Maple Grove will open in 2 weeks. Ice Castles in Maple Grove officially announced an opening date, Wednesday, January 24th. Now that winter is cooperating, ice artisans are working around the clock to get the attraction ready. It'll feature ice-carved tunnels, slides, sculptures, and a Polar Pub ice bar. It's located in a vacant lot near Lifetime Fitness. Tickets are on sale now.
The Maple Grove and Rogers boys hockey teams have met in the last 2 Section 5AA championship games. The Crimson and Royals renewed their rivalry Tuesday night. Only regular season meeting between Northwest Suburban Conference boys hockey powers Rogers and Maple Grove. Opening shift of the game, the Royals get a 3-on-1 break. Abner Bellows takes it himself and drives a shot home. Rogers leads 1-0 just 23 seconds into the game. 16 shots on net in the first period for Rogers. Crimson goalie Zach Price stops 15 of them. Putting this one on Cole Bumgardner, it stays 1-0 after a period. Second period, the pass to Mason Walker on the boards. His shot from there gets through. Royals are up 2-0. Aiden Dietrich keeps it 2-0 in net for the Royals. A big stop here on Brady Abbott. It's 2-0 Rogers through 2 periods. Maple Grove finally breaks through in the third. Owen Smith's shot from the point is stopped. The loose puck knocked into the net by Jackson Kuznick. It's a 3-1 game. But the Crimson would get no closer, and the Royals add one more. Nolan Gerda's shot is tipped in by number 15, Keaton Weiss. It's his second goal of the night. Rogers wins this one 4-1. Third-ranked Andover taking on unranked Maple Grove in girls hockey on the Crimson's home ice. Danny Strom made a number of big saves in net for Maple Grove. Here gloving the shot from Courtney Little. Strom finishes the night with 41 saves. No score in the second period when Maple Grove's Bella Shipley gets loose with Andover on the power play. The senior snaps a shot home for a shorthanded goal. Her 15th goal of the season makes it 1-0 Crimson. Final 5 minutes of the game before the Huskies score. Mackenzie Jones' shot rings off the post and goes off Strom and slides into the net. Andover has tied the game at 1, and these teams later go to overtime. And Andover wins it there. A shot from the circle is stopped, but Karam's to Little in the high slot. Her shot gets through traffic and in. 2-1, Huskies is the final. It's Andover's second 1-goal win over Maple Grove this season. The Armstrong Cooper boys hockey team was looking to get back to the 500 mark for the season as they hosted Osseo. Jay Wilcox has the highlights.
Osseo visiting New Hope Arena to take on Armstrong Cooper in boys hockey. The point shot is stopped, but Charlie Gergen buries the rebound from a tough angle as Armstrong Cooper grabs the lead just over 3 minutes in. Less than a minute later, Tate Gladney to Lewis McCozak out front. McCozak tucks it past Charlie Bergstrom for a 2-0 Wings lead after 1 period. Second period, a 4-on-3 power play, and defenseman Logan Gotti picks his spot and scores to give the Wings a 3-0 lead. Later in the period, McCozak shows his wheels up the left wing and scores his second of the night. Each team gets one in the third as Armstrong Cooper improves to 7-7 with a 5-1 win over Osseo. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
The Benilde St. Margaret's boys basketball team was aiming to break a 5-game losing streak Tuesday, hosting a Hopkins team ranked in the top 10 in Class 4A. Ches Moots has more.
The Royals and Red Knights meeting up in the regular season for the first time since 2014. Hopkins took control early. Anthony Smith, the third off the fast break, hangs in the air, double clutch, banking in. BSM calls a timeout, down 14-7. More from the Royals, this time as JJ Semenko with a floater that banks in for 2 of his 22 on the night. Red Knights trying to rally, nice baseline take and floater by Abu Kieta. That cuts the lead down to 8. Right before the half, Tyson Moore gets the rebound. One dribble pull-up Jay at the horn, got it. Royals up 12 at the half. BSM played well out of the break. Ronald Lee with the steal. He can't finish the lay-in, but Jaleel Donnelly puts it back. That made it a 4-point game, but Hopkins had too much juice offensively. Smith with a corner triple. He had a game-high 27, and then Jaden Moore with a steal and easy layup. He had 16, and the Royals rolled to a 94-75 win. In St. Louis Park, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.